You just finished making a movie, I'm told. It's not going to be out for a while, but you just finished making a movie with George Clooney.
Yeah, what?
Now that
doesn't make any sense.
Well, it does. I think
I had my coffee in the morning. I was in the trailer. I was like, nope, no, this still doesn't make sense. Hold on one second.
Because you must really have to do a reality check sometimes. This is George Clooney, one of the biggest movie stars in the world.
Yeah, and you know he's a big movie star. Because, you know, the most I get on the street is, Jim. And you're like, yeah, how you doing? George Clooney, we had this thing, he was walking on a set one day, and there was this woman driving an SUV right by him as he came out of this building. And as she's driving, she saw him, and you now know that humans have computers in their brain because it just fried. She was like, psst, opens the door, gets out, and goes, George! George! And the car was left in drive.
No, no, no!
It's going down the street.
Right.
So behind George, I always imagine it looked like a Michael Bay film. Like he's walking, and this woman's running, and four cops grabbed her, and PAs were running and dove in the car and pulled the e-brake.
Right.
This all happened. Right. And then they looked in the back seat, infant in a car seat.
No! That's madness!
That's how famous that guy is. Oh, my God.
Wow, they should... You feel like the military should use George Clooney to like parachute him behind enemy lines, and guards would be like, George Clooney, you know.
Everybody's like, this is it. What is that?
Yeah. George Clooney!
It's the guy from
No one told them how to pronounce it. It's not their fault. So between The Office and the movies, you made a joke. You say people don't get excited. You must be getting recognized a lot.
I get recognized every now and again, but it's fun. Like, everybody who's a fan of the show has been really, really cool. But there was this one weird thing where I went into a bar, and I just felt weird about the bar. It, like, kind of felt like the Twilight Zone. I was like, something's going to happen that's weird. And this girl came up to me, and she's like, are you on The Office? And I was like, yeah, I am. She's like, well, I don't watch it, so I don't care. And I go... I was like, okay, great, thank you. Really nice to meet you.
Yeah, yeah.
And she goes, but my friend Sarah really likes it. She sounded a lot like Kristen Wiig's character on SNL. She's like, my friend really likes it. Here's Sarah. So I look, and I'm like, hey, Sarah, how you doing? And Sarah's shorter than she is, and I'm talking to her. And here's the original girl. And I'm like, so Sarah, and she's like, my favorite episode. And I was like, oh, that's great. Oh. And this girl just sticks her fingers in my throat.
What?
All the way back.
The first girl, the one that said she doesn't even watch the show.
Yeah, the first girl was just like, boom. And I was like, ha-ha. And I looked over to her, and literally there was this moment of complete surreality where I just was like, and she looks up at me and she goes, oh, I'm sorry, and walked away. And my friend who was standing with me, we went, all right, and we took a right. We walked out of the bar, and he was like, get a beer in the East Village? And I was like, yeah, that would be great.
That's so insane. Did you know what? Did she think that maybe there was something obstructing your airway? Was there?
I don't know.
Maybe she was.
I was doing this while I was talking to Sarah. But no, it was weird too, because you know how everybody says like when you're born there's like a snow globe and you know your life's protected until it starts to crack and you realize what life is. My snow globe was thrown into fire and then eaten by sharks. Like I had no idea what was going on at that time.
It's so weird. I think it's that she's not. You're not a real person to her. You're like a prop. You're like a guy from TV. So she literally thought I could put my finger in his mouth.
And that's probably best case scenario. She could have like shivved me to see if I like bled. Oh, you do bleed? Yeah. That's weird.
I get that. I get that all the time.
You do?
I've been stabbed many times. You're that late night guy, right? Never watch it. Stab. Hey, what the hell was that?
I love your show.
I love it when you drive the desks. Jab, jab, jab. And they coat me in mayonnaise.
Yep.
Whatever.
That's the life, people.
That's what happens, man. You don't want to be us. It's too crazy.
Oh,